Hello guys, it's Gail with Gail Southern Living, and I found an old recipe going through my recipe box of strawberry nut bread. Now this is actually written in my grandmother's handwriting. I don't remember ever making it. This is a really old style of recipe card that I used to have literally in the 90s. And I don't remember ever making this. So I was going through my recipes looking for something to try, and I found this strawberry nut bread, and I happened to have everything that I needed to make it right now. So I said, let's give Mammows recipe a try. So I did tweak it up a little bit because, you know, it's 2022. But the basics of the recipe are just like she had. So I have my new handy dandy container from Simply Cool Things, and this is flour. We're going to see how well this works on an actual recipe. So this is a measuring cup right here. So I need to measure out 3 cups of flour. But before I do that, let's follow the recipe in order. First, she wanted me to put in eggs. So 4 eggs. Okay. Now I've already washed these eggs. These are from my chickens, but they're washed. I leave them unwashed until I put them in the fridge, and then I wash them. That's how I do it. Okay. She did say on the recipe to beat the eggs first. I'll wipe my hands off just a little bit. Okay. Now I bet Grandma didn't have a fancy kitchen aid when she made this, but I'm so excited to try it, and I think it's going to be really super delicious. Now with this kitchen aid, it doesn't take very long. Okay. All right, so there's the eggs. Now we're going to measure out 3 cups of flour. Try this new container from Simply Cool Things. Let's see how it works out. Okay, there's 1. Two. And 3. All right. So I think that container worked out really well. I think I will go ahead and hashtag Simply Cool Things so they can see me actually making a recipe with one of their containers. All right. Next, it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, there's that. I'll put that aside. Okay. A teaspoon of salt. Okay. And let's see. Also, because of our strawberries nowadays not having a real heavy strawberry flavor, I decided to use a little bit of jello, strawberry jello, just to make sure it has a good amount of strawberry flavor. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of strawberry jello. That'll give it a nice red color and a nice strawberry flavor. So this is one of the things I'm adding to Grandma's recipe. I'll save the rest for like a smoothie or something. Okay, and I want to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And her recipe did not call for vanilla, but I put vanilla in all of my desserts. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla, okay, and her recipe called for 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. I decided to use coconut oil in mine because I think coconut oil is really good in desserts. That's a little background of coconut flavoring is really good. So this is my first time trying the recipe, and of course I'm already tweaking the recipe because that's what I do. I'm going to have to shake that off a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, because I did 1 cup of coconut oil, I'm going to also do the 1/4 cup of vegetable oil to make the 1/4 cup. So I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. So that way I get the right measurement there. Okay. Also, 2 cups of thawed and diced strawberries. Now, I did not have any fresh strawberries because, of course, we're into the fall season. Okay. And let's see, 1.5 cups of pecans. And I thawed the frozen strawberries out in a bowl of warm water. And so some of the strawberry juice, I'm going to put back 1/2 cup of the strawberry juice because I think it'll give it some nice moistness. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to get just a little bit of this coconut oil off the side there so it'll mix properly. All right. Now we're going to give this a spin. Looks really pretty. Now, Grandma made this recipe as bread, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make 12 muffins and then make a small bread loaf. Is how I'm going to do it. So I'll do half muffins, half bread. And let me call the recipe out one more time. 3 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 4 beaten eggs, 1.25 cups of vegetable oil, or if you want to use coconut oil like I did, 2 cups of strawberry thawed and diced. And also I used a teaspoon of strawberry jello and a teaspoon of vanilla. That's what I added to the recipe. And you're going to bake this at 350. So on the bread loaf, you're going to bake it for an hour. On the muffins, probably about 25 minutes. So I'll bring you back and show you what the strawberry nut muffins look like. So thank you, Mama, for the recipe. Sorry, I'm just now getting to making your recipe, but I think I'm really going to like it. So I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, this is what the strawberry nut muffins look like. Don't they look delicious? I can't wait to try one. They're so beautiful. The strawberry nut bread loaf is still baking. It still has like 40 minutes. I decided to bake them separately so I could be real conscious of the time, because these only take 25 minutes and those take an hour. So anyway, they look delish. Oh, and I did add 1 cup of brown sugar to the recipe because I noticed there was no sugar in it and I didn't know if that was a mistake or not. So I did add 1 cup of brown sugar.